The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
The beautiful city of Huntington, West Virginia is known for many things. Great shopping, dining, and nightlife, amazing riverside views, and of course, the thundering herd. But today, this corner of the Ohio River becomes a liquid speedway as the drivers of Powerboat Superleague invade the Mountaineer State. Which driver has the skill? Which driver has the courage? Which driver has what it takes to win in Huntington? Race fans, we are coming to you from the banks of the Ohio River in Huntington, West Virginia, where Powerboat Superleague is ready to rock and roll at the 2012 Huntington Classic presented by Trickshot. Hello everyone, this is Jared Romsberg. So excited to be with you on an absolutely gorgeous day for powerboat racing in West Virginia. Both series of Powerboat Superleague are racing today, and at the top of the Formula 3 series, we find Tammy Wolf-Jacob. Our F3 series points leader won here in Huntington in 2011 and has fought her way onto the podium for each Powerboat Superleague F3 race so far this year. Despite her success, she knows there's a lot of work ahead.
We've been very, very fortunate. However, we do realize that it's a very, very competitive class, and we really have to fight here this weekend in Huntington to keep the points race, keep the lead, and get another podium finish.
On top of the Powerboat Superleague Formula 2 series, we find our defending series champion, Terry Rinker. Rinker has been on a tear with a winning streak dating back to July 2011, including a win last year right here in Huntington. But Rinker knows that preparation is a huge key to victory.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, the Amsoil team, we came out of the box really fast this year. We knew there'd be a lot of competition. You know, we're running against 200s. They got a little bit more power and a big top end, and you know, we set up to keep those guys behind us, and you know, it's worked so far.
The fans are moving down from the festival and are finding their spot on the shoreline, but they better hurry because Powerboat Superleague racing at the 2012 Huntington Classic presented by Trickshot is coming up right after this.
This presentation of Powerboat Superleague racing at the 2012 Huntington Classic presented by Trickshot is brought to you by Eco First, responsible environmental solutions for today's complex problems. Trickshot penetrating lubricant. Give it a shot today. Go to itdoesthetrick.com. By Bubba Burger. You'll never bite a burger better than a Bubba. By Pullman Plaza Hotel. World-class food and entertainment with Huntington hospitality. And by the Cabell Huntington Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting Huntington, Barboursville, and Milton, the western gateway to West Virginia. This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by Eco First, responsible environmental solutions for today's complex problems.
Race fans, welcome back to Huntington, West Virginia, where we are getting ready for Powerboat Superleague racing. So much going on at the 2012 Huntington Classic presented by Trickshot, and tens of thousands of fans have flooded into Huntington to this fantastic summertime event. Lots of family fun, plenty of stuff for the kids. They could take a ride on the bungee swing. There were nearly a dozen different inflatables for them to enjoy. Face painting is always popular with kids of all ages. Plenty of artists and vendors, so much to see and do in Huntington. Then if you got hungry, you were in the right place. The Ribbon Music Festival brought the best barbecuers from across the country to Huntington, and fans could get their fill of ribs. Then, Huntington was treated to some great music. National acts like the legendary Chubby Checker, country music star Colin Ray, and many local acts filled the air with great music. Now let's check out the highlights of Powerboat Superleague's Formula 3 race at the 2012 Huntington Classic presented by Trickshot. Defending Huntington Formula 3 champion 8, Tammy Wolf-Jacob earned the pole position and led the field onto the course at the drop of the flag to begin the 20-lap feature. As they came out of turn 4-10, Rob Rinker came alongside of Wolf-Jacob and challenged for the lead as they came down the front stretch at speeds approaching 80 miles per hour across the top of the Ohio. This battle continued for several laps, but Wolf-Jacob went wide out of turn 4, opening the door, and Rinker ripped the Amsoil boat around the buoy and nosed the 10 into the lead. Wolf Jacob fought to keep up, but Rinker pulled away. On lap 5, Rinker moved outside to get around some lap boats. As they came into turn 3, Roger Legrand stuffed the 75 boat into the water, bringing the caution out. Legrand was not hurt, but this would erase Rinker's large lead over the field. On the restart, Wolf Jacob and 7, Sammy Miller stayed nose-to-nose with Rinker as they blasted back to racing. As they came out of turn 4, Rinker flew his boat into the lead, while Tammy Wolf Jacob and Sam Miller fought for the second place spot. The two teammates drove door to door, wowing the Huntington crowd all the way down the front stretch. As they came into turn 1, Wolf Jacob led up, and Sam Miller took the 7 boat through the turns into second and tried to chase down Rob Rinker. A spirited battle for fourth took place between 89 Bill Mastro and rookie 15 Mike Webster. They fought all the way to the checkered, with Webster besting the veteran Mastro for the fourth place slot. Didn't matter much to this guy as Tampa, Florida's Rob Rinker took the Ames Oil 10 to victory lane in a Formula 3 feature in Huntington.
After having the troubles we had last race, I mean, getting it back up there, and obviously Sammy and Tammy both have the speed just like me, and it's just comes down to driving it.
I took it easy going through the corners just because I'd stuffed it earlier in the heat races, and so I didn't want to take the chance of wrecking the boat again. So, but we survived and we made it. So second place is good for this course.
You've got to love racing with Rob and Sammy. They are incredible competitors. Unfortunately, they did have a little bit of speed on me and were able to pass me. And once you get out in front and you get a little bit of a clean water, if there was any clean water here, they have an advantage.
Here are the final results. Mike Webster finishes 4th in his first ever race with Powerboat Superleague. Now we take a look at the F3 Series Championship points, and Rob Rinker and Tammy Wolf Jacob are alone at the top, but we still have plenty of races remaining in 2012. Fans, the F2 drivers are loading up and are moving into the water. We'll drop the green on the Trickshot 360 here in Huntington right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by Trickshot Penetrating Lubricant. Trickshot is non-flammable and 100% biodegradable, making it ideal on or off the water. Give it a shot today. Go to itdoesthetrick.com.
Race fans, welcome back to Harris Riverfront Park in Huntington, West Virginia, where it is time for the Trickshot 360, the Powerboat Superleague's feature race for their Formula 2 class today in Huntington. As we see there, Hastings, Minnesota's Donnie Lick is your pole sitter, but a long list of drivers wait to see if they can get around to take the top slot. We now go dockside. This is the calm before the storm. All eyes are on the flag when the fuel pumps are on as we wait for the drop of the flag. And we're racing in Huntington.
Hey, Rob, come on. And it may cut you off. He's ahead of you. Hey, you see him is on your outside. Hopefully hold this place. Keep rolling.
All right, Terry, great start. You got 3, 4 on, Lick. You got to squeeze them now. You're going to have to squeeze them.
Terry Rinker assumes the lead as they come out of turn 4. Here they go side by side behind him for second. Here comes Rob DeNicolantonio on the outside of Donnie Lick. Oh, look out! Oh, my! Rob DeNicolantonio lifts that boat out of the water, almost goes airborne as they crush the start-finish line. Start lap 1 of this 30-lap feature. Donnie Lick tries to get away as Rob DeNicolantonio lifted the Bubba Burgers 33 straight up out of the water and narrowly avoided disaster. Oh, my! Let's watch and listen.
Right on your deck. Go! Oh, almost. Keep rolling. Easy, Rob, easy. You got him. Scoot over. Get off Donnie Big. Run! Get off it.
Lakeland, Florida's Rob DeNicolantonio narrowly avoiding disaster. Fans here will take a look in super slow-mo. The Bubba Burger 33 getting some air, and watch, he narrowly misses coming down on top of Donnie Lick. Boy, that would have ended both of those drivers' races. But now we go to turn 2 as there is a battle for 4th shaping up. That's Merv Bjork in the 32, Dan Orchard in the 97 right behind him, as Orchard has the outside line trying to power by on the outside. Merv Bjork holding that inside line as they fly into turn 3, 110 miles per hour, race fans. Orchard, he takes that turn wide, tries to keep his momentum going, but Bjork is going to try to hold on to that inside line. That's the fastest way around this course. As Merv Bjork having a great day so far. He qualified 7th, and he's now in the 4th place slot. Dan Orchard qualified 9th, and he's in 5th. They're both moving up, and it looks like Dan Orchard's strategy is starting to pay off. It looks like he's starting to cut in to the distance between him and Merv Bjork in the 32, but there's our leader, Terry Rinker.
Gotta go. Lick is maintain distance that time. Soften up, stay tight. Soften up, stay in lane 1.
Terry Rinker's spotters are telling him about the water conditions, also informing him and keeping him aware of that black and gold 11 behind him. Donnie Lick from Hastings, Minnesota. Lick qualified on the pole.
Pop and go, like we were doing. There you go. There you go. Look good right there. He's still working your inside.
Donnie Lick's team letting him know about the Bubba Burger 33 of Rob DeNicola Antonio, still right on his 6 as they both pass through turns 3 and 4 now. There's Robbie D. He qualified 3rd. He's riding in 3rd.
Good turn, Rob. You got it. You got no threat from behind. Go there and get Donnie now.
DeNicola Antonio's coming off a great 2nd place finish behind Terry Rinker in our last race in Marietta, Ohio.
Good turn, Rob. Stay outside like that.
Well, Robbie D continues his pursuit of Donnie Lick. He's got to keep one eye in the mirror because Stratford, Ontario's Dan Orchard is trying to track him down. This is Orchard's first race with Powerboat Superleague since September 2010, and he is making a statement as they're going to go side by side for a second again, coming out of turn 4.
Go on your inside. You gotta roll. You gotta roll.
Donnie Lick on the outside, Rob DeNicola Antonio on the inside. Here they go side by side with Dana Toms, a left boat on the outside. Here they go into turn 1. Donnie Lick slams the door. Here comes Robbie D. Oh, look at her. He goes, oh! He was leaning on Dana Toms, and Dana Toms kept Rob DeNicola Antonio from barrel rolling in between turn 1 and 2. And now I think the Bubba Burger 33 might have some damage. I know Dana Toms' boat does. Robbie D's team checking in on him. He says he's okay, but I'm not so sure about the Bubba Burger 33. That boat was all over Dana Toms, and it's been beaten up today on the Ohio. And here comes Dan Orchard to add insult to injury. He's got the inside line. Dan Orchard now flying up on the inside as they come into turn 1. 110 miles an hour. He slows it down. Robbie D goes wide outside of turn 2. Here comes Dan Orchard on the inside. They're going to go side by side as they fight for the 3rd place slot.
Get on your inside, Rob. Get on your inside. Let me look at the back of the boat.
Oh, Rob DeNicola Antonio says someone look at the back of the boat. He's taking on some water. It's slowing him down.
Yeah, got you right there, Rob. Get over some, Rob. You're outside. You got to enter that corner out.
DeNicola Antonio is having trouble steering that boat. He went way wide out of turn 4, and there goes Dan Orchard, your new 3rd place driver. There's our leader, Terry Rinker. He's already midway down the backstretch, and we're going to take a ride with him as we go out to a break. We'll be back with more from the Trickshot 360 right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by the Cabell Huntington Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting Huntington, Barbersville, and Milton, the western gateway to West Virginia.
Race fans, welcome back to the Trickshot 360 here in Huntington, where Powerboat Superleague's Formula 2 feature is under caution, and here's why. The Bubba Burger 33 of Rob DeNicola Antonio was badly damaged after making contact with the 22 Trickshot boat of Dana Toms. So we line him back up on the dock. Terry Rinker is back in the lead, but his lead is now only about 3 feet as we're back underway in Huntington. Rinker explodes with the lead.
Yeah, nothing but you.
Gotta go. Come on, check in.
Donnie Lick riding in second, trying to catch up with our leader. They're going to go 3 wide behind him. Merv Bjork sticks his nose in, trying to make it 3 wide. Dan Orchard pushes him aside, and now here comes Donnie Lick to the inside of our leader. Oh, he hit the buoy. He hit the buoy, trying to take the inside line from Terry Rinker in a battle for the lead. And here they go side by side for 3rd. Mark Profit on the inside, Dan Orchard on the outside. Here they go side by side for the 3rd place spot as they scream down the front stretch and head into turn 1. Donnie Lick trying to stay right behind Terry Rinker, but he explodes. We see Mark Profit. Whoa, he's pushing Dan Orchard out. Mark Profit now into the 3rd place slot as these two continue their battles. They go down the backstretch.
You're pulling away. Just be careful down here. It's rough.
Gary Pugh working as the spotter for Mark Profit, letting him know the water's getting rough as Dan Orchard continues to make some time. Whoa, he went a little wide out of that turn. And that's going to allow Mark Profit to pick up some time on our 2nd place driver, Donnie Lick.
Oh, they're coming on your inside. There you go. Profit's coming. Got to stay right there, buddy.
David McCormick, the spotter for Donnie Lick, letting him know that Mark Profit is coming up on him. The Marine Contractor's 27, now out of turn 2.
Make good turns in the rough hill. We might stick inside Donnie.
Gary Pugh on the radio with Mark Profit. He built many of the boats we see on the water here today, to include that one. Marine Contractor's 27, but here comes Merv Bjork. He's starting to pester Dan Orchard for that 4th place slot. Bjork started 7th today, and he's trying to get around Dan Orchard as he's working hard to catch up to Mark Profit, as we just saw him zip by Dan Orchard, looking for a career-high finish with Powerboat Superleague today. Orchard has never been on the podium with Powerboat Super League, but he may be on his way to getting that today. Donnie Lick deflated the turn 4 buoy, and in Powerboat Super League competition, when you deflate a buoy, you are penalized a lap.
Orchard has not gone away yet, so we gotta keep digging.
If Donnie Lick is penalized, they'll wait till the end of the race to do it, but I am afraid it's going to happen as we catch up again with our leader, Terry Rinker. He's got about a half a straightaway's length lead over second place, Donnie Lick. Terry Rinker and Team Amsoil absolutely dominating Powerboat Super League's Formula 2 series. Rinker hasn't lost a race with Powerboat Super League in over a year now. Donnie Lick was the first person to start on the dock ahead of him all season so far.
Gotta go, gotta rip, gotta go. Stay on his inside.
Donnie Lick continuing to fight hard in this race. You see the buoy there. That's the one that he popped, and I'm afraid it's going to cost him a lap, but he's going to be marked in second place right now. But for how long? Here comes Mark Profit. He's screaming down the front stretch, and he's running a whale of a race. Profit has earned a top 3 finish in each of Powerboat Super League's races so far this year.
Gotta go, Profit, still back there.
David McCormick reminding Donnie Lick that Profit is indeed still on his 6, and right behind them is Dan Orchard, again running a career high race so far. Orchard looking to move up, but boy, he has his work cut out for him today.
Donnie's got traffic. Stay close and be careful.
Gary Pugh telling Mark Profit that Donnie Lick is about to come into some lapped boats. As with any motorsport, lapped traffic always an issue. Our leader, Terry Rinker, in the Amsoil 10, now on the backstretch. Donnie Lick now leaving turn 2 as we see Rinker lift that boat up out of the water. Dan Orchard now trying to find some clean water, looking to make a run on Mark Profit. Mark Profit now in third. You see the distance, but you can also see that Orchard is starting to chip away. Watch as they come into the turn now, 105, 107 miles an hour. Dan Orchard slowly but surely catching up to Mark Profit in third. We see Profit. Whoa, Orchard went way wide out of that turn.
Good turn. Orchard went way wide. He picked up a lot of ground. Go after Donnie Lick.
Gary Pugh echoing my comments, telling Mark Profit that Dan Orchard went wide, and now he is to focus all efforts on catching up to that black and gold. Number 11, Donnie Lick, that you see there on the horizon, not that far away. Mark Profit now, he made a great turn. He's got the inside line. Our leader, Terry Rinker, now coming out of turn 4, skipping that boat, coming up on the left boat of 18, Del Book.
All right, get inside these guys. That's it. Now, Book will be going to the pen. Can't help you. You get him through there. Okay, Terry, just follow him through there. Follow him through there the best you can.
Terry Rinker trying to weave his way through the lapped boats, and that's going to allow Donnie Lick the opportunity to make up some ground on him. We see 80, Brent Dillard, wisely moved to the outside. Dillard, a past champion in the Formula 3 ranks. Veteran driver, another veteran driver ahead of Terry Rinker's 18, Del Book. He's 2 laps down, but Book is holding onto that inside line. Whoa! Oh my, he almost makes contact with Terry Rinker. Del Book almost takes our leader out of the race, and here comes Donnie Lick up on the outside.
Check it out. Check him out. There you go. Watch Profit. He's still coming hard on the inside.
Donnie Lick is licking his chops, trying to catch up with the leader now. Oh, he goes too wide out of turn 2. Here goes Mark Profit on the inside. Mark Profit's going to make it side-by-side battle for second, and there it goes the Marine Contractors 27.
Trim it up, go. Come on, let's go. Gotta check and go.
Side-by-side battle as they come into turn 3. Mark Profit on the inside, Donnie Lick on the outside. Mark Profit holds the inside line. Here they go again, side-by-side battle. Donnie Lick struggling to catch up. Fans on the shoreline in Huntington on their feet. Battle for second as they scream down the front stretch. Mark Profit takes second place away from Donnie Lick, and here they go into turn 1. Oh, Donnie Lick, a fantastic turn. Hits the throttle now. He has the inside line, but Mark Profit carried some momentum. Donnie Lick still in his hip pocket as now they come up on the left boat of Del Book. Let's see what he does as they fly into turn 3.
Gotta get by Del if you're gonna take him. You've got to run on him, but hopefully Del blocks him.
Mark Profit goes wide. He holds the momentum through the turn. Donnie Lick now has the inside line. He squeezes by the buoy. Now he's on the inside as Donnie Lick. Here comes Mark Profit on the outside as they're about to make a Del Book sandwich going down the front stretch. Mark Profit holds on to the position. Donnie Lick gets held up, and Mark Profit slams the door.
Keep it tight, trim it up. Go.
Donnie Lick got caught in the rooster tail of Mark Profit, and there goes the Marine Contractors 27. Mark Profit, whose name we didn't even mention before the caution, has now worked his way into the second place slot as we see Terry Rinker now leaving turn 4. Mark Profit trying to make up some ground as he rips that boat around. Terry Rinker in the Ames Oil 10, dominating again, has led every lap. Donnie Lick, the Heartbreak Kid, now riding in third. But again, as we see the white flag come out, he's probably going to be docked a lap for deflating that buoy back on lap 18. But he's got to keep an eye in the mirror. Doesn't want to lose any more slots. Here comes Dan Orchard on the inside.
Orchard, he's coming on your inside.
Donnie Lick being reminded of Dan Orchard's late race charge, but here comes our leader. One more time out of turn 4 is Terry Rinker.
Run it to the checker flag, Terry. Nice run.
Race fans, your winner of the Trickshot 360 in Huntington, Tampa, Florida's Terry Rinker. Race fans, don't move a muscle. We have the Trickshot 360 post-race show coming up right after this.
This presentation of Powerboat Superleague Racing at the 2012 Huntington Classic presented by Trickshot was brought to you by Eco First, responsible environmental solutions for today's complex problems. Trickshot penetrating lubricant. Give it a shot today. Go to itdoesthetrick.com. By Bubba Burger. You'll never bite a burger better than a Bubba. By Pullman Plaza Hotel. World-class food and entertainment with Huntington hospitality. And by the Cabell Huntington Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting Huntington, Barbersville, and Milton, the western gateway to West Virginia.
Race fans, welcome back to Huntington, West Virginia, where the Trickshot 360 did not disappoint. One last look at the final results. Terry Rinker was your winner. Donnie Lick was indeed docked a lap because he hit a buoy. He went from 3rd to 5th. Here's our podium finishers.
Well, I can't tell you, thank my AMSOIL sponsor enough. And my crew chief and crew, I mean, we work hard to keep that boat coming off the dock like it does. We know the Optis and them 200s, they've got some boat speed, and they're coming at the end of the straightaway. So, you know, I got to drive into the turn hard and try and keep that boat speed coming out and accelerate away from them. And it's working so far. We're going to keep going.
I've got a great crew we've been adjusting, been moving stuff around. We've struggled the last race or two, but this race we come back strong. I think if we had a little better water conditions, we might have a little more for him.
The first couple of laps I was able to make up some good time, but after that it was so rough in 3 and 4. You just had to stay tight on the buoys, and that might have been what caught Donnie. Is you're going through there and you catch a roller and it just throws your boat one way or another.
Now we take a quick look at Powerboat Superleague's Formula 2 championship points. There's Terry Rinker right on top. Mark Profit not too far behind. Fans, we've had a fantastic time in Huntington, West Virginia. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the 2012 Trickshot 360. On behalf of the entire production crew and everyone with Powerboat Super League, I'm Jared Romsberg. Until 2013, we'll see you on the water.